Be time after an in-person presentation. Hello. This is how I grade our clients, and today you are our users for the feedback session. Our topic for today is an exploration of the campaign creation journey. Before we dive in deep, thank you so much, EvolveUX, for giving us this opportunity to kind of gather feedback on our product. And thank you so much, everyone, for being here to give us your valuable feedback on our product. Once again, before we dive in deep, I think I would like to mention the campaign that we're talking about here isn't a marketing campaign, it's an advocacy campaign. Here we go. In terms of our agenda today, we'll have a short introduction session. Who we are, I think Hank already did that, so we'll just do it quickly. But we'll have an introduction to what NewMode is and what NewMode does. Then we'll dive in deep into the campaign creation process. Again, the advocacy campaign creation process. Thirdly, is the review step walkthrough. This is what we are here for, to gather feedback about a specific step in the campaign creation process. Last but not least, the feedback and the invaluable insights you also provide to us. Quickly, my name is Sarrah Bandukwala. I'm a product owner at NewMode. I'll pass it over to Maggie.
I'm Maggie. I'm a product designer at NewMode.
And we both are specifically looking into the V2 beta product right now at NewMode. All right, what is NewMode? NewMode is a multi-channel advocacy and civic engagement platform that helps the world's most important causes activate grassroots support, reach decision makers, and lead campaigns on important issues. In short, it's a campaign builder tool which helps create impactful campaigns and get action on those. What we are focusing today on is our new grassroots advocacy platform, which is our V2 beta product. That's what we call it internally. It's in the beta phase right now. And it's perfect for those who are campaigning as individuals or small grassroots organizations. So our core focus is to make it very usable for people who are not that tech savvy to begin with, and probably do not belong to enterprise organizations. Last but not the least, again, a shout out to EvolveUX, who were there with us in the research and design phase of this product. And we have done some minor tweaks to the whole product just to cater to some specific new use cases and edge cases. So yeah, there we go. We have a short video here, which will give you a visual representation of what the campaign creation process is, but kind of zooming back and giving an overview. Any activist can come into our platform, create a campaign, and by creating a campaign, I mean creating a campaign page, which they can share with their supporters or with their network. Their supporters come into that particular page, they have to fill in a particular form, and then once they submit the form, it triggers emails to the decision makers who can act upon those causes. Creation steps include very simple 4-step campaign builder. You have to select your recipients, basically the decision makers who can take action and who can kind of proceed with that cause. The second one is the campaigner has to customize the email. Because your supporters will be reaching to those decision makers via email, you can customize the email to include your campaign message and kind of articulate it to be more impactful. Thirdly, you have to design your page. You can design the look and feel of how your campaign page is going to look like, what images you can put in, and how your supporters will look at the campaign when they're filling in the form. Last but not the least, our core focus for today, the review and launch page, which is basically kind of an accumulation of every configuration that you have done for the campaign. You review it, and then you make your campaign live for your supporters to come in. And yeah, I think we can watch the quick video so you get a better idea about what this process looks like.
How can I play the video? Thank you. Oh, like that. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. And I'll pass it over to Maggie to walk us through the review step.
Thank you.
Explain what was happening because we couldn't really see.
Yeah.
Do it in full screen.
Full screen.
Full screen.
Just hardly see it. No, I can't see it either. Wait.
Alright, this is our dashboard of the platform. This is when a user creates their first campaign. They give it a title, description, and proceed. The first step, where they're selecting the decision makers. Could be a group of decision makers or a single decision maker. Next step, this is the campaign email that gets sent out to the decision maker. Third step, designing the campaign page, what the look and feel is going to look like. For that campaign, when the supporters come in, this is the supporter form design. They can kind of adjust it as much as they need. This is the last step, the review step, which is the core focus for today, and we want to gather as much feedback for this step as much as possible. Well, that kind of gave everyone a brief idea. And yeah, we'll be digging into all these sections in a bit, and Maggie will be walking you folks through it. And this is the congratulations page that you see once you make your campaign live.
All right, thank you. So I'll start to walk through different sections. On the review page, there's this section first. This is where you're selecting on your campaign URL. You have two options when it comes to creating a campaign. You can create a form that you embed on your own web page that your supporters can fill out, or you can use a new mode hosted web page. And then here's where you select it. You can either have the new mode branded URL, or you can take a snippet of code that you can inject into your website here. And then to next, this is where you can go through the emails that you'd seen us building earlier, where you're writing a campaign message to your decision makers, or creating a thank you email to thank your supporters for taking action on your form. This is where you can go in and send test emails to your email address. The tests that you can make are a campaign email or a thank you email, so you can see what it looks like when your decision makers or your supporters receive that email. And then next is just double checking to make sure here that you've selected the right recipients, what individuals you've selected, or what groups. So say you want to select all of Parliament to hear out your campaign, that's where you can go in and review it here. And then next, on your thank you page, you have social media share buttons. These allow your users to then, or your supporters to go in after they take action on your campaign. They could share it via Twitter, via Facebook, email, or they can copy the link so they could send it to other people on their network so your campaign can get a bit more support where it's needed. This section here is allowing you to edit the content for a tweet for Facebook or for email so that it's pre-filled for your supporter, making it easier for them to copy and paste or inject that code wherever, just so that they could share it with as many people as they can. And then lastly, and I feel like this is the most complicated section for us, is there are a few sets of requirements that are needed to be made to launch your campaign. One being you need to edit your email message to make sure that your campaign is catered specifically to you. And then there are a few others. And then if you go through here and every launch checklist item is ready, your launch campaign button will be enabled and you can immediately launch your campaign and it's ready to go, ready to gather your supporters. I know this is a lot, but that's why we're here. We're going to gather as much feedback as we can. So yeah, this is what we have.
All right, thank you so much for the presentation. So first round of feedback is actually what did we see. So if we're not going to dive into giving positive or negative feedback or things to improve, just like what did we see, because that's a very valuable feedback to whether what they present is actually it was perceived in the way that they intended to, and also the whole concept. So if we would tweet about it, what would we tweet? Anyway. Let me see those hands. Shane.
Campaign builder.
Campaign builder. I'm just gonna repeat it so I don't have to pass through the microphone everywhere. Yeah.
I think I saw like event organizers for campaign organizers.
Yeah.
Instead of you organize events, you organize a campaign. That's the tool. Yeah.
Anyone else? Who's gonna tweet about this? Yeah.
It's also similar to the action that you do. So it's like the mailer that you use to post is, so I saw a lot of components that are similar. The currents of the emails, that's an aspect I noticed also. When you need to fill out the information, they could be fixed in the ideal way, the ideal information.
Already some suggestions. It's hard to resist them. So what else did we see?
I saw the word campaign, but it didn't match my definition.
Campaigns. Who else? Yes.
I saw generated email templates.
Ready for templates. What else?
Behind it.
Oh,
Do
sorry.
it yourself. Do it yourself.
Do it yourself. Shane.
Desktop platform.
Desktop platform. Yeah.
One directional communication.
More things to add to this round. Okay, so second round. What did we like about what we saw? Just gonna give some anything positive. Without saying what to improve. What do we want to see more of? What do we like? Yeah.
I got the impression that you guys have like a database of all of anyone who could be contacted. I like that.
Very good indeed. What else did we like?
I didn't like the pop-up at the end that was just saying, oh, congrats, you made it.
Also feedback.
Customizable.
It's customizable. Yeah. Brittany?
It seems like it's something simple for non-technical people to use.
Easy to use, simple. We all like that.
I'm low enough. Julia, I do like the checklist at the end of creating the page because it's like a good choice opportunity to check if you don't forget something.
Checklist works well. The hierarchy of steps? Yeah. Well done. Yeah. Sebastian.
The user journey seems pretty standard, and I think that's huge.
Easy to use. Arnaud, in the back.
It's very functional and restrained, which I think is good. It's not too busy, even though it's a complex process.
So before you go into like things to improve, Shane?
The orange call to actions directly to the next steps.
The orange, sorry?
The use of orange and buttons helps navigate and bring your eye to words. Like that and move on to the next step.
Yeah, the use of colors works very well. Okay. What can we improve? Round three. Okay.
Less the design maybe, but I just wonder if there's any possibility of use for this, or is it basically how do we know that people that engage in this are really grassroots and not some big company that wants to promote oil?
Don't answer the question. It's something I know. And during networking, they'll probably want to answer this question. Yes, you can.
Okay. Actually, I have three questions.
Let's start with one.
Let's start with one. Okay, then the clarification. Is it Warframe or design?
That was one question. Now question number two, we're just not gonna answer it.
Why?
Because that's the format. But later they will probably talk with you and give you the answer. But a question is actually a very valuable sort of feedback. Because a question, it shows what is not clear or what needs to be answered. And but we're trying to get as much feedback for that as possible. So by just writing down all of the questions. It's going to be very valuable for them.
Okay. Then, possibly the other question. You used the same configurates as the example, or I guess so. Yeah, I mean the boxes that can be that visually can be customized. The question is if they can be customized, because like instinctively for the customer behavior, they're expecting that from such layout, I guess. And so it's a question, if it's for events, for example, if some company would create an event with this application, but they are having like constant events, is there an opportunity to make it recurrent? For example, each month automatical plans or something like that?
Some very good questions and great feedback in that way. Ian.
How is this different to an email marketing?
So good question. So more hands here. Yes, you agree.
So a lot of grassroots organizations, they don't have a designer, and these are people in charge of the content. They shouldn't be designing. Sorry. So does this system have can you assign roles to people so like a designer can log in and do all the designer-y stuff, and then the content person can then come in later and add the content without really designing that kind of thing?
Right. So those are great suggestions. Yes.
Is this for grassroots teams, or is this for supporters of a cause that are like not part of the organization to send emails?
So good feedback here.
Question about the data collection and how do you get specifically like the data points, like CDP or whatever you use?
Some more hands here. Bill.
Hi, how would an activist or a small organization come to know about your tool, and then like what are the barriers to access, such as cost?
All very interesting questions. I hope we're going to have enough time during the networking to answer all of those.
I'm more from a marketing background, so it's less about the design but more about how the product is positioned. So when you say campaign, I thought it was really a 360 tool for like Facebook campaign, and so I saw what was missing because it was positioned as such a broad tool. So.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I just have a feedback for like this particular presentation. I think maybe in order to get for concrete feedback, maybe give us more context of what Newell is, what is the persona, and put the audience into that persona so we can understand the journey a bit better in order to envision ourselves in this journey. So just like
Great example of what we also try to achieve in EvolveUX.
Just a design question, I couldn't tell, but I don't know if there was headings separating each step to better understand.
So we also have that feedback. So yeah, one question.
Yeah, one more question. There was a slide, I'm not remember which one, probably the third or fourth one, where you have the mentioned text on the right side. The suggestion is about again, there will be more things. Again. I'm sorry, I'm just counting, not this one. With the frame, with the one frame. Previously, with the one skin. They start from the beginning, I suppose. No. Okay, yes, I missed it. Oh, it was on your prototype, not on the presentation. So there was a screen where you can see that the mentioned text is more on the right side. The question is that due to the user behavior, usually they are reading either on F letter or E letter or Z letter. So the suggestion is that this position is not really comfortable to use and to attract the attention. Thank you.
All right. I think we have time for 2 more questions. I see you two have to do so.
I'm not sure if this is feedback on the presentation or feedback on the product, but I think maybe if you define what campaign meant a little bit more clearly, then either we would be able to position ourselves better, or people visiting the site would be able to understand what we offer a little bit more.
All right, last question.
or feedback.
To just echo the previous two questions, how is this gonna help? Like, how does it help? Like, if I want to go on this campaign, and what's the limitation?